It's not because you walked away that she feels hurt. It's because you're still there, but no longer need her. Have you ever loved someone so much that you lost yourself? Trying to hold on to her with long texts, late-night calls, unexpected gifts, only to receive a distant look, a hollow nod, and eventually the words, "I need some space." You think she's hurting because she lost you. Number. What hurts her most is when you're no longer hurting because of her. Today, I'm going to say something most men never dare to face. When you stop chasing, you begin to reclaim your power, and that hurts her more than any goodbye ever could. If you're in a relationship that's fallen apart, or if you've ever lost yourself because of love, don't leave. This video won't just help you understand what's happening, it will bring you back to yourself. Like this video, subscribe to the Everyday Stoic Path channel, and walk with me into the philosophy of Stoicism, made for men who no longer want to live in emotional dependency. Chapter 1. The power of your silence is what hurts her most. When a woman starts to pull away, she doesn't leave right away. She'll test, she'll go quiet, she'll grow distant, she'll withdraw affection. Not because she wants to end it, but because she wants to see. What will you do as she slips away? She hopes you'll panic. She waits for you to beg. She wants to see you texting more, calling more, trying to fix things, even if you didn't do anything wrong. She wants to see you lose control, because when you lose control, she feels powerful. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. Women love through emotion. They need to feel desired. But what they're not prepared to face is when you no longer react the way they expect you to. You don't text more. You don't overreact. You don't try to explain or strain yourself to prove anything. You just remain calm. And it's in that moment, something inside her begins to shake. She no longer controls the narrative, because you're no longer playing the role of the one who chases. You're not silent to punish. You're silent because you're already at peace within. She will feel something she's never felt from you before. Freedom. And do you know what hurts the most? Not that you turned your back, not that you said harsh words, but that you're still there and yet no longer dependent on her at all. Your silence isn't coldness, it's proof that you've risen above the emotional game. And when you no longer need anything from her, she starts to wonder, when did I lose him? Chapter 2. The Trap of Proving Your Worth. When a woman starts to pull away, most men react on instinct. They try harder. They do more to hold on to what's slipping away. You begin texting more, writing longer messages. You start explaining, justifying, even things that don't need explaining. You buy flowers, you write letters, you look for any reason to show up. You try to prove just how much you love her, and you don't realize you're losing yourself. She doesn't need to be convinced. If she still felt your value, she wouldn't need you to try so hard. But we men, when faced with distance, often get it wrong. We think love means fighting, that if we try hard enough, she'll come back, that if we endure, stay patient, and sacrifice, we'll be appreciated. Number. The more you try to prove yourself, the more you appear to lack value, because true value needs no justification. A man of worth doesn't need to convince anyone to stay. He's not the kind of man who prepares a PowerPoint presentation about his qualities to beg for love. He doesn't sell his dignity just to buy back a half-hearted glance. Do you know the saddest thing for a man? It's not losing the woman he loves. It's losing himself in the process of trying to keep her. And one day, when you look back, What hurts isn't that she left, it's that you once begged, once lowered yourself, once forgot what you stood for. Real love doesn't need performance. The more silent you are, the more composed, the more you live true to your values, the more others will begin to look at you differently. And if they don't, then you've just avoided the wrong relationship in the most honorable way possible, by keeping yourself intact. Chapter 3. You are the mountain, not the leaf. There's a truth that's quiet but powerful. You don't need her to feel complete. When you believe she is your lifeline, the center of your emotions, the one who defines your worth, then you will always be shaken, like a leaf, blowing with every gust of her moods, her glances, her words. But a Stoic man is different. He is the mountain. The mountain doesn't need to be seen to know it's solid. It doesn't need approval to know it stands. You can love, you can cherish, but you must never lose your backbone in the name of love. When you are the mountain, you don't roar to prove your strength. You stay still, and your stillness speaks louder than anything. She might test you with silence, with distance, with emotional games, but you don't react like a panicked gust of wind. You observe, you breathe, you choose to do nothing, when doing something would only make you lose your value. That's not passivity, that's control. Control over yourself. The one thing Marcus Aurelius said you truly have power over. She may turn her back, she may no longer be who she once was, but you are still you, still calm, still clear, still complete. You are not the leaf spinning around in the winds of love. You are the mountain, standing there, living truthfully, living strong, and living with worth, no matter who comes or goes. Chapter 4. Stoicism is not coldness, it's inner freedom. Many people misunderstand Stoicism. They think living stoically means being emotionless, being cold, detached, needing no one. Stoicism isn't about blocking feelings. It's about not letting the feelings of others control your own. You can care, you can love, you can feel deeply, but you don't hand over the steering wheel of your heart to anyone else. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And the truth is, you don't control her mind either. You can't know what she's thinking, what she wants, why she's changing. And you don't need to know, because you don't need to understand her to feel at peace. You only need to understand yourself. Ask yourself, am I reacting because of her or because of a wounded ego inside me? Am I acting out of love or out of fear of being abandoned? A Stoic man doesn't try to decode her messages. He doesn't stare at the last scene on an app. No need to chase after reassurance, because he doesn't need anyone to comfort him to feel worthy. Inner freedom doesn't come from external stability. It comes from the moment you stop trying to control what doesn't belong to you. She may change, the world may shift, but you're still the one holding the wheel of your own life. That's not coldness, that's awareness. It's the path to becoming a grounded man in the midst of chaos. Chapter 5. Stop decoding messages, stop chasing what isn't real. Have you ever done this? Stared at a one-line message and created dozens of theories in your head? Wondered why she saw your text but didn't reply? Why she was online but said nothing? Why her tone today feels different from yesterday? Do you know what you've just done? You've given the most sacred thing you have, your time, to something that isn't even real. Not real because you don't know the truth. Not real because it's all just speculation. Not real because you're living inside a fantasy spun by your own emotions. Meanwhile, time keeps moving, your mind drifts, your inner world falls apart, and most importantly, you lose control over yourself. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others, unless it brings mutual benefit." She has grown cold. She's pulled away. You don't need to analyze every period, every sentence to understand what's happening. You need to step back. You need to conserve your energy. You need to accept that. The more you try to decode something, the more you may be losing your way. Instead of decoding her, turn back to yourself. Look at who you are when you stop trying to please others. Remember this: not everyone who leaves is worth chasing. Not every relationship deserves your inner peace. Your time, your focus, your calm within are sacred. Invest them where there is respect, not where you have to beg for scraps of attention. Letting go isn't losing. Letting go is when you choose to keep what matters more: yourself. You cannot control someone else's heart. You cannot hold on to what has already chosen to walk away, but you can always hold on to yourself. In the middle of trials, in the silence, in the moments of being misunderstood or left behind, don't ask, "How do I get her back?" Ask, "How do I not lose myself again?" Because in the end, it's not that you need someone to love you, it's that you need to learn how to live fully, even without them. And when you can do that, you don't just become unshakable. You become a man you yourself respect. Thank you for watching. If something in this video spoke to you, like the video, subscribe to Everyday Stoic Path channel, and leave a comment about what you're working through. We are not alone. We just need to learn how to stand firm, and everything else will follow.